Happy New Year, everybody. 2024 has arrived, and I'm kicking things off here at the Tricky Gym with a fiery new deck featuring Armarouge EX. Armarouge EX has the Crimson Armor ability, which makes it take minus 80 damage from the opponent's attacks when it's at full HP. Combine that with Rigid Band, and you can make Armarouge EX take minus 110 damage from the opponent's attacks, giving it an effective 370 hit points, making it incredibly difficult to knock out. I've been playing this deck on stream for a couple of days, and it is a lot better than I expected it to be, and a ton of fun to play. I'm stoked to show you the deck list I've been working on, but before we get to it, I want to show you some fan mail. I absolutely love receiving artwork in the mail, and today's fan art is from Carter. Carter is 9 years old and lives in Washington, and he has made some awesome art for me to show off in today's video. We've got a Chenpao, Dragonite, Fuecoco, Magikarp, and Golden Go. Carter says he's a big fan of the channel and loves playing Miraidon. Awesome stuff, Carter. Thank you so much for this amazing artwork. If you are an artist yourself, or maybe you have a child who is an aspiring artist and you'd like to send some fan arts to Tricky Gym, you can address it to Andrew Mahone at Full Grip Games in Akron, Ohio. Thank you so much, Carter, for this awesome artwork. It really brightened my day. The idea of this deck is to accelerate fire energy into play with Magma Basin, and then move that fire energy to whichever attacker you want to use with Armarouge from Scarlet and Violet and its Fire Off ability. Fire Off allows you to move as many fire energy from your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon as you like during your turn. And since Magma Basin only accelerates to your bench Pokemon, these two cards work really well together. Magma Basin allows you to attach a fire energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon during your turn, but it requires that you place 2 damage counters on that Pokemon when you do. Usually that's a downside, but with Radiant Heatran in the deck, that downside becomes an upside thanks to its Raging Blast attack, which does 70 damage times the amount of damage counters on Radiant Heatran. So after 2 Magma Basins, Radiant Heatran is doing 280 damage, and after 3 Magma Basins, Radiant Heatran is doing 420 damage, capable of one-hit KOing anything in the Pokemon TCG. Armarouge EX is the main attacker. It's got the Scorching Bazooka attack, which does 40 damage plus 40 more damage for each fire energy attached to Armarouge EX. And since Armarouge EX is really tough to knock out, you can usually swing with Armarouge EX, tank a hit, and then switch to a new Armarouge EX and start hitting really big numbers with Scorching Bazooka. This deck really outperformed my expectations, and it was a lot of fun to play on stream. Check it out in action and let me know what you think of Armarouge EX in the comments below. Looks like I'm up against Charizard EX with my extremely cool Armarouge EX deck. Hisuian Heavy Ball to start. That's great, as I can go fetch this Entei, check my prizes. Good stuff. And they were kind enough to hook me up with this Artisan, which I'll probably use after this research. Go energy to Entei and research that away. Dang, we were so close to a turn 1 knockout on the Charmander. That would have been sick, but unfortunately we did not find our stadium. We did find a switch card though. That's all good. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot with this matchup. This Charizard does have a tough time knocking out Armarouge. Let's Artisan, get ourselves another Charcadet, and I could Escape Rope now to kind of save the Heatran. I don't mind that. They can't knock out my Entei in one hit anyway, so I think that's okay. We'll just send this thing up. Fleet-footed. We got Ultra Ball off the top, that's good. And then pass. The Heatran is really good in this matchup because Raging Blast can actually take a one-hit KO on Pidgeot EX and Charizard EX. We kind of just keep the Heatran here on the bench and let it accrue damage counters. Hey! Not cool, bro. Not cool with that Avery. What the heck? Oof, that's okay. I think I just get rid of 2 Charcadets. It's fine. And then we can Rod those back in. I actually can Arven for Rod right now. It's fine. And then Ultra Ball for Bibarel and kind of just go. And if that Artisan stays out, then I can just Arven for Rod and then get the Charcadet right back out. So that's cool. Looks like they don't have it. Avery, not as consistent of a card as Arven for getting the Rare Candy Charizard into play. So they may have to pass another turn if they were unable to find Rare Candy, and it looks like that is the case. So it's going to be huge for me. We do also have an Armarouge EX in the discard pile, so I want to Arven for the Rod, and I also don't mind getting the Forest Seal Stone. That's cool. Let's go. Super Rod, shuffle back in. 1, 2, and 3 is fine. Yeah. And then we can put that there and Artisan. Get the Charcadet back. Bench that. Ultra Ball away these. Get our lovely Beebs. Thank you, Doom and Gloom, for the sub in the 10 months. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. And then here we go. Industrious Incisors for 5 big ones. And we found the Stadium, which is fantastic. I've also got Ultra Ball. So I can go put Armarouge EX into play. Love that. Magma Basin here. Use it to start pumping energy onto Sir Heatran. Fleet-footed. Nice. And if I take 1 knockout, they're doing base 210 with Charizard. So I think I have 1 more turn where I don't have to necessarily worry about this Entei getting knocked out. So I'll save the Forest Seal Stone. I don't necessarily need to use it. And we'll knock out the Charmander. Our board is looking phenomenal. Bibarel, Armarouge, and Heatran. Even if my opponent has the Vitality Band to do +10, Entei has 230 hit points, so 220 won't get there. So I don't really have to worry about that. It would have to be a choice or a Defiance, yeah. I still don't think it's worth, like, what do I use the Forest Seal Stone for? I think it's better to hold there. Even if they do manage to get the knockout, it's fine. I think the reward of holding it is worth more than the payoff of using it preemptively. I don't even have anything that I could possibly need. I was thinking that I might have to use the Forest Seal Stone to get the Magma Basin, but we found that. We found an Armarouge. We kind of have everything we need. I even have a backup supporter for next turn. If they were to counter catcher Iono, or counter catcher knock out my Bibarel or something, right? So we're just in a good spot. They do have the Defiance Band. That's okay. That is okay. I'm not terribly worried about that. Again, I don't think that there was anything that I really needed to get with that Forest Seal Stone, so I'm fine with that. They don't have Pidgeot out yet either, so that's good for me, and we will just send up Armarouge. And we find Arven. Okay, Arven is very good, as Arven can just guarantee me the Ultra Ball to go get my Armarouge, so I like that. I've also got the Magma Basin sticking, so that's very good. Let's just go Earthen Vessel. I guess I can Industrious Incisors for 2 first, then Arven. Or I could Arven for Ultra Ball, one of these. Yeah, that's probably fine. Get this and this. Rigid Band goes to the Armarouge, Ultra Ball, away those guys, and go get Armarouge Junior. And we've got Industrious Incisors for 5. Love that. Another Charcadet. And I'm really liking the idea of, let's see, Magma Basin to my Heatran. Get another damage counter on that. And then I can counter catcher, which is super good. And I think I'm just going to counter catcher up the Charmeleon and knock it out. I could go counter catcher Pidgey. I think Charmeleon's just better. So I'm going to bring up the Charmeleon and fire off to move an energy up to the Rouge. And that's pretty sweet. Scorching Bazooka. 120 damage. My Armarouge is taking minus 110 damage right now because of Rigid Band and its Crimson Armor ability. Radiant Heatran is doing 280 damage right now with its Raging Blast, right? And we're tied on prizes, so my opponent can't use Counter Catcher. And if I get one more turn of Magma Basin, then this Radiant Heatran is going to be doing 420 damage. Which is crazy, dude. Absolutely mad. Which means that I'm going to be able to one-hit KO Charizard. They have to Iono. It's cool. I've got a ton of draw in play with my Bibarel. And as far as Switch cards go, I've got one Switch in deck still. And this is why we're playing the Heatran over the Radiant Charizard. I mean, its ability to hit these numbers is just absolutely nuts. And it's always a feel bad to gust up, right? That's 130 damage to the Armarouge. Not nearly enough. Okay. So here I have to make the difficult decision. Am I going to evolve into another one of these little Armarouge, or am I going to save that for a big one? I think I'll save it for a big Armarouge. Got 2 fire in the discard pile, so I can just attach this energy to Heatran and research. We found the stadium, which is all we need to take a one-hit KO on Charizard, bro. That's so nuts, man. That's so crazy. We go Magma Basin. I've got double Bibarel set up. And then I can Industrious Incisors. Cool. Retreat into Heatran. And Raging Blast for 420 damage. A one-hit KO on Charizard EX. absolutely nuts. We'll take our 2 prizes. And at this point, I just have to take 2 more knockouts. And I'll win the game. They can attack with Radiant Charizard now, which I got to worry about a little bit, but that's okay. If I get 2 energy onto an Armarouge EX, let's see, I'm only doing 120 damage. So I think it's got to be nice. We get to keep the basin. They don't have Pidgeot out. This is an easy play. They've got 3 prizes left to take. We go up with this guy. We got the Rigid Bands. We've got the Ultra Ball. Go get Armarouge. Go here. Magma Basin to Baby Rouge. Attach our fire to the active, fire off, and boss's orders up. I believe the Charmander. And then Industrious Incisors. Nest Ball, fail it. Still got a switch left in our deck. Only 4 cards left. Industrious Incisors. There's our switch. And we Scorching Bazooka. There's no way that they can one-hit KO my Armarouge EX. It's taking minus 110 damage from attacks, which is absolutely crazy. And we've got switch. There's a boss's orders left in my deck as well. So I should be able to target down this Radiant Charizard for game. Decided to take out the Charmander instead of the Pidgey because that way the only attacker that they could possibly swing with is this Radiant Charizard, which I should be able to knock out next turn no matter what. Unless they play Vitality Band Path, which I don't think is something that they're going to be able to cook up. They have to Iono themselves to 3, but I've got Boss, which I knew was in the bottom of my deck. And this game should be a wrap. They could counter catch or something and knock it out, but that does not matter. I've got 2 Bibarel set up, so they can never stick me. And then that is game. We go Magma Basin, accelerate that energy to the Armarouge. I guess I could just boss up the Pidgey. we'll just do that. Sure. And game over. Armarouge EX. Let's go. GG's. Looks like I'm playing against Gardevoir EX. They get a Ralts down, attach an energy to it, and it's my turn. I have an opportunity here. We prized a Magma Basin and my Earthen Vessel, as well as 2 Ultra Balls. Ooh, those are kind of gnarly prizes, but that's okay. I could get the turn 1 knockout on that Ralts. I have 4 Sealstone and can just go grab Entei. And, we'll see. Gosh, we're so close. We missed it. Oh my gosh, we're so close. Because I don't have a fire in the discard, right? No. We're like 1 card off. That's crazy. Okay, if we had a fire in the discard pile, we have it. But that's cool, because I will gladly just go TM Evolution, get my dudes evolved up, and then we're kind of popping off next turn. That's okay. Go here. Go here. And evolution. We get to pick Bidoof and Charcadet. We'll get Armarouge and Bibarel. That's a pretty explosive start. I've still got my V-Star power. And I imagine that their best play would be to use Mirage Step this turn. I've got double Nest Ball Research. It's good. I'll be able to get some fire energy into the discard pile. They find Ultra Ball. And they have to get rid of a counter catcher. I do like that. And here I hope maybe you drew into a Kirlia. Or maybe you prized one. If they go and get 3 Kirlia. The world's saddest. The world's saddest Mirage Step. Not the world's saddest Mirage Step, bro. No. Not the world's saddest Mirage Step. Holy smokes. That is pain, huh? That's fine. I am perfectly content just knocking out this Kirlia then. If they only have 1 Kirlia, yeah, that is okay. So, this is research. And we'll probably end up using our 4 Seal Stone to go get a stadium. That's probably cool. I guess I don't need to go get the stadium. Well, getting the stadium would be good. So we'll probably do that. Ultra Ball away. No! Back. Ultra Ball away, you. And we're getting the Rouge here. Thank you, Aaron Wolf and Skizmaster, for those subs. Aaron Wolf with the 43 months. And Skiz with the 9. Thank you. Thank you for the supports. We'll go Armarouge EX in the active. Rigid Band. And Industrious Incisors for 2. And we got the stadium, so I don't need a V-Star for it. Magma Basin to the Radiant Heatran. Fire off. Thank you, Mewtwo, for that Prime sub. Accelerate that up to my Armarouge, and I mean, we just feel really good about this. It's turn 2, attack with Armarouge EX. We're taking minus 110 damage from attacks. Ultra Ball off the prizes. I've got Boss's Orders in hand. And that's what's nuts. Like, next turn, Radiant Heatran's doing 280 damage. That's so crazy. And it's like, nobody wants to go deal with that. Right? Yeah, nobody wants to go deal with the Heatran. It only gives up 1 prize card. Alright, so they've got Gardevoir. If they accelerate to the Gardevoir twice with Psychic Embrace, then Heatran can knock it out. Which is crazy. Thank you, Gazer, for the sub in the 41 months. If I were going to Portland, what would I play? Lost Tina. It's the best path deck in format. Lost Tina can theoretically beat everything. I think that's a good call. I think so. That, or, I mean, if you're comfortable with Charizard, just play that. But Charizard is like the most popular deck right now and probably has a target on its back, right? So if you think people are going to counter it, that's cap. I wouldn't play it. I think Miraidon's in a terrible spot right now. That's also, I played Rapid Strike at San Antonio, and I do not like that deck. I also have played Lost Gudra at multiple majors, so bet I would play Lostina. You think they're going to knock out the Heatran? No way. It's Beebs. Beebs! No! I love you, Beebs! Alright, you want to knock out their Gardevoir EX? Artisan. I got no basics in there, sad. Okay. Just go Magma Basin to the Heatran. Go here. Star Alchemy. I think I'm just going to use my Switch so I can keep energy. Use the rope. Yeah. That way I can keep the energy on the Armarouge. And we're going to rope. And guess what? You're bodied. Yup. And I'm doing 280 damage. That's one hit KO on your Gardevoir EX. Yeah, goodbye. And I'll take my 2 prize cards. Bada boom, bada bing. Sheesh! Some good prize cards right there. I don't even need that Bibarel for real, bro. Thank you, Shubhan, for the sub and the 41 months. Hey, what you gonna do now? You have to knock out the Heatran. You have to. You know? He's doing too much damage. You know, maybe they Iono me. If you go Rare Candy Baby Guardy, I mean, that's fine. You have like no draw. That's the only draw you got. Iono to 5. All right, I guess. But still, you put yourself in a situation where if I theoretically bring up this, knock it out, then you still have no Guardian play next turn. I think here... I mean, Armarouge is just big, right? I mean, it's freaking huge. They're going to put Ionos back into the deck. I think I'm trying to set up Bibarel again. I know I prized a Bibarel. They're going to collapse me. That's annoying. It's fine. And I'm going to Roaring Scream, knock out the Heatran. That's cool. We go here. I either Iono myself to 3, or I don't have any other energy in play right now, which is a little bit tough, but I still think it's probably just a good idea to go. I don't think they're gonna one-hit KO my Armarouge. Arven, just for Rod. Band. Rod back in. Bidoof. Bibarel. Heatran. Bidoof. Bibarel. Armarouge. Okay. And then we go Nest Ball. Get the Bidoof back. I think that's okay. Rigid Band here. And take the knockout. I did prize a Bibarel, so it's possible I rip one here. I got the Earthen Vessel, which is fine. I mean, here we go, right? They have to... I mean, if they want to take a knockout, they have to go Rare Candy Guardy. They've got 20 cards left in deck. They very well may not find that Rare Candy. They've got 5 Psychic in the discard pile and 2 on their Guardy. How do I decide on a 60-card deck for retro decks? I love Jason Klaczynski's blog. If you haven't checked that out, definitely make sure to do so. He's got just a huge wealth of knowledge when it comes to retro decks and retro formats, and is a 3-time world champion. So that is a good place to start. And then once you build the decks that he has on his website, you can also check out PTCG Legends. Is another good resource for retro decks. Once you kind of get into the format, build your own retro decks, you know, using other people's lists, then you learn more about the formats yourself and then can, you know, adjust the decks from there. But highly recommend those resources, PTCG Legends and Jason Klaczynski's blog. Thank you, Lil Will, for the sub and the 61 months. Wow. Thank you. In it for the long haul. I appreciate you. We'll just get rid of Entei. Sure. I have seen Joe Omnipoke's GLC videos. Yes, I'm very thankful that he's producing those. He's been doing a great job with them. I think they missed the Rare Candy Guardy. I'm pretty sure. No! Ah, they got it. Okay. Dang it. But they have to go in with Screamtail again. Okay. Which is fine. Because that means that they did not, like, hit the one-hit KO on Armarouge. So they're going to try and pick something else off. They cannot pick off my Bidoof. So in order to win, I'm going to have to use Boss's Orders for game, probably. Because I won't be able to build up one-hit KO damage on something again. They're probably going to knock out Armarouge, Baby Rouge. That or the Charcadet, I don't know. One of those two. But they don't have a lot of draw. I mean, if I do Iono them to 3, they don't have a ton of draw. They just have Shining Arcana, Greninja. This is going to be really close. Because if they do whip up the one-hit KO in this Armarouge EX, I mean, it's tough. I am running very low on attackers. They've Averied me. You know, getting rid of the Entei is like probably the right play there, but it is tough. I mean, if I top deck Boss and can knock out Baby Guardy, then I will do that. But yeah, I was afraid that they would go for that Charcadet there. That's tough, right? Because now I'm like, I still am in a situation where, all right, we got Fire Energy off the top. So what's my energy count? I've got 3 in the discard pile. We want to thin the deck. We're going to go Earthen Vessel here. Thin the deck. Hopefully Iono myself into a Bibarel, right? That's the dream. We go here in Iono. Bibarel. Bibarel. I mean, it's as good as it gets. Bazooka. Now they might Iono me again. To 1. If they Iono me to 1, I mean, that's as good as it gets for me, right? I mean, if they Iono me to 1, I did my best. I had a Bibarel. They knocked it out. Like, I'm doing everything I can. If they can whip up the one-hit KO on his Armarouge and I'm unable to respond, maybe we should have kept Entei. I think in hindsight, we should have kept the Entei, right? Because if I have the Entei here, then if they go one-hit KO, then Entei just wins. So maybe that's a misplay on my part. And I think probably. Eight, 9, 10, 11. Oh, Guardy is just, yeah, Guardy is just incredibly broken. Of course. I would not have told you that this deck has a reasonable Guardy matchup. It does not. But I should have kept the Entei. In hindsight, I was like, they have a easier chance to win. But I mean, I guess I didn't know what their plays were going to be yet, right? So in order to take the knockout, 310. I mean, they can only put 6 onto the Guardy. 6, 7, 8, 9. So they need another reversal, and then they need to do 6, right? So they're kind of like butt up against how much energy they can. Let's go! Let's go, baby. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. They do not have it. Armarouge too fat, bro. Too fat. Armarouge is too freaking fat, bro. But here's the problem. If they just attack with this Gardevoir EX and knock out my Bidoof, I don't think that I can do enough damage to finish off this Gardevoir. And by knocking out my Bidoof, oh, this is so stressful. Okay. They've got... Dang it, bro. Because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. That actually is it, right? If I get 5, I get it. Because 5 energy is 240, which is 10 short. You've got to be joking me. I'm 10 short. 10 short. Okay, so I have to Iono them to 2. Guardy is too freaking powerful, bro. God, Guardy is way too good. I just have to hope that they're still short. But I think if they just have another reversal, they just win. But they might have prized it. I mean, I don't know. It's tough, right? They put the Zacian in, Shining Arcana. Come on, baby. No, come on. Come on, man. I just need there to not be another reversal and I win. That's it. Maybe. Let's go! Yeah, let's freaking go, dude. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Let's go. Let's go. Playing against a lost Tina deck. This seems like it's not a great matchup, but they don't have the most explosive start ever, so maybe there's a chance. Arven. We got the fire energy too, so I can go turn 1 Evo TM. Well, I actually could get a turn 1 attack potentially. Let's just kind of see what we're getting into. I've got the Ultra Ball. Let's Nest Ball first. Oh, my Entei's prized. Okay. That's fine. And my 4 Sealstones prized. Man. And I've got a Magma Basin prize. Dang, I got... This deck's got haters, bro. Okay. That's all fine. Bidoof. Arven, we get Battle VIP Pass. I think it's still Battle VIP Pass. And that's TM Evo. That seems fine. We just get the boys out. Okay. Assume they might not knock out my Charcadet next turn, which would be pretty sick, but, you know, maybe they don't. Do I need 2 Bibarels? No, but I'd like them. Go here. Go here. Evolution. And get these 2. No. I guess there's no going back. That's fine. Armarouge Bibarel. Cool. And then let's see what they do. They may not be able to get 4 cards in the Lost Zone this turn, which would be sweet, as it would allow me to keep this Charcadet with the energy. I would like that. Do have Colress in the hand. They did not get to play any Battle VIP Pass, so that bodes well for me also, as they may be running into those for the rest of the game. They have to get rid of 2 energy. One of them is a water. I do like that, as I do not want them to attack with Radiant Greninja this game. They find a Comfy. Rope. That does preserve my energy. I like that. And I think... yeah. We can afford to do this. I'm not going to bank on, you know, sending up this Armarouge, soaking a hit. Probably just not going to worry about that. I don't think I saw Radiant Heatran in my deck either, so it looks like I prized maybe Entei and Heatran, which are both of my one-of attackers. And they've got Switch and Abyss Seeking. Okay, cool. The tough thing about this matchup is that they totally play Path to the Peak, which turns off Armarouge's whole ability thing. It's like the whole idea. Got no energy in the discard pile. Ugh, that's fine. We just do this. We do this, and we just start drawing. Keep the Ultra Ball in the fire so that I can Ultra Ball it away, so I can use the Magma Basin. Guaranteed, right? And then we go there. And then Ultra Ball away both these fire. Great. Get another Armarouge EX. I mean, we're cooking, dude. Look at this board state. absolutely nutter butters. Industrious incisors. And this is what I really wanted, was the rigid bands. Because the rigid bands put me at 290, which keeps me from getting KO'd. So I think what I want to do is I want to Arven. And we're going to get Hisuian Heavy Ball and the other band. That way I can do Hisuian Heavy Ball and get this freaking slacker here. So we put that guy down. Well, let's Nest Ball first. Fail it. That guy down. Bando. Bando. Magma Basin. Do that. And then fire off. And we send those up to the Armarouge and give him the bazooki. Okay. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, that's complete board state turn 2. Like the perfect board, actually. And even if they do play Path to the Peak and turn off my Crimson Armor, my Armarouge have effectively 290 HP right now, which is just good, because it means that they cannot knock me out with Tina. It looks like my opponent is drawing terribly. Gosh, I would have never thought that Lost Tina would do that. And I think they have to Abyss Seeking again. I can't believe this. Lost Tina? No way. All right, they've got an Iono. But that is not a Colress. So that means that they are just at 5 cards in the Lost Zone. They find Path and go Abyss Seeking. Okay. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm getting rid of my rod. But that is just the way it goes. Okay, we've got Earthen Vessel. That does not matter. It does, well, I could rod maybe an Armarouge back into the deck, I guess. Right, because I could go there. Sure. Allows me to save that if I want it. I've got 1 energy in the discard pile now. I'll have 2. 2 in the discard's fine. Well, no, I'll just leave it like that. Put that back in. Attach an energy here. I could go incisors. Let's see, they're at 7. It's possible for them to get to 10. I could go incisors first. Find Iono. I don't think any of this really matters, though. I mean, Iono them to 6. It's only my first Iono. That's fine. We'll let it rip. We do find the stadium to get another energy into play, which is great. So do that. Magma Basin to the Heatran. Heatran's now doing 280 damage. If I get 4 onto here, it's 200 damage, which is short of the knockouts. I do not think that they can knock out my Armarouge in 1 hit. So I think it's just the safest space for my energy is this active Armarouge. And then we just give him the bazooka. And we'll see what they do. I mean, we've got a bunch of Tinas softened up now, which feels great. Heatran swinging for 1 hit KO damage. If they get to 10, I am hurting. I am hurting if they do that, 100%. We do not want them to get to 10. That would be very bad. They've got Colress. They'd have to Colress and Comfy. I mean, it's definitely possible. And find Giratina V-Star. I guess there's an argument for leaving maybe one energy on my Radiant Heatran. But I think if I want to win this matchup, I had to, I have to get a little greedy somewhere, right? Yeah, this is pretty much all bad. Best thing I could do is attack with an Armarouge EX for like 120 next turn. It's terrible. Radiant Heatran, never have enough energy on it. Yup. And here we go. Just absolute disaster. They got to 10. So sad. They don't really play Lost Vacuum, so I wasn't really worried about that. Yeah, this is really, really, really bad. It's fine. I need a turn to recharge. And I'm like out of attackers too. My Entei's prize. I guess, what if I hit like counter catcher this turn, so I should have just promoted the Armarouge with the intention of going counter catcher knockout. And we don't really want any of these guys. Like at this point, Sableye can knock out my Heatran, which is just all bad. Yeah, I should have just promoted the Armarouge. I forgot counter catcher was in the deck, honestly. I mean, that's easy enough. It's gotta be Heatran. We go, rope. It's just ugly. Send up this guy. Counter catcher this guy. Incisors. Okay, I don't know. Okay. Fire off. Or just... And the matchup's not good, right? Because they can just delete your Armarouge, and that's not what you want. I'm taking 2 prizes here, though. We find Entei. Entei is big. We've got another Iono in hand. Kind of see where they go. I mean, they can't just delete my Armarouge again, which is good, right? I mean, that's like the one scary thing about the matchup. Is like I had a 4 energy Armarouge and then it was just gone. Just gone. I don't like that the Radiant Heatran is just Sableye target right now, but that's fine. If they go for that, that's okay. I just need to... I need to get some extra energy online. So I maybe keeping the 1 fire energy on the Heatran would have been good. Because it'd be +1 energy in play right now. Like, I could honestly see this deck playing like Mela or Raihan. Just one or two of them would be nice throughout the game, but you know, are you going to find them exactly when you need them? And are there even turns where that's like a super viable thing to do, right? Okay, so they got Sableye, Switch, and they probably just lost mine, right? So, who do they lost mine? And they bench out. They bench out, which is big. Because that means that my Entei can knock out their Tina. Ugh. But I'm just still going to be a little behind on energy is the tough thing. No, you don't need a Jirachi. Okay, so they put 2 on the Armarouge. And knock out the Heatran, right? No, they keep the Heatran. Why would you do that? It's fine. So we've got Boss. We've got Entei. So I think I just boss up the Tino with like all that. And I knock that thing out. 160 left. If I get 3 energy onto this thing, that's 160 damage. Easy money. Okay. 4 Sealstone, Fire, Switch are prized. Want to keep Iono. Get rid of these research. That's fine. I feel like we want to keep the Armarouge at 130. So I'm going to Magma Basin to the Entei. Max damage Heatran coming. It's true. And then ideally we want to find an extra fire energy to attach from hand this turn. That would be beautiful. So we're hoping we find that. Very good. So we put this here. And then we've already used the Magma Basin. We just keep that on the Entei. They can't knock out the Armarouge and the Entei in the same turn. And we give them the Bazooki. All right. I should have incised one more time, but I'm going to be honest with you. I forgot. Okay. So now they got a 2-card hand. Path to the Peak, finally. There's another Giratina, and ha! That's all you have. That's it. And you know what that means? It means you lose. No, they're going to take 2 prizes and knock out my guys. Naturally. But 3, 4, 5. I can get 6 energy in play. And that's 280 damage, baby. Yeah. And that's why I didn't damage the Armarouge, so that they couldn't knock it out. GG's, mate. GG's. And I put 6 energy onto my Armarouge. And then boss up Giratina V-Star. 280 damage. Goodbye. GG's, Tina. And that about wraps it up for the Armarouge EX deck. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live Pokemon trading card game content just like the stuff you watched here every weekday. Now y'all take it easy and have a good one. Happy New Year. See ya.